is over here. All right, what we're talking about are individual yeast cinnamon rolls. And when we talk about this dough being allowed to ferment for a minimum of 24 hours, if not longer,
Darn right.
what you come away with is a richer, more complex cinnamon roll, one that has greater depth of flavor. And all of these are cooked in paper cups. They're paper liners, I should say. Paper is a very poor conductor of heat, so every side is like the middle or center of the cinnamon roll. This is Jimmy the Baker.
That's me.
Better known as Jimmy Tanico. Good to have you back,
to
sir.
have you.
A pleasure, sir, to see you. This is amazing. You're going to choose 12 or 24 of these dynamic cinnamon rolls. You're going to get 2 tubs of cream cheese frosting if you order 12. You'll get 4 tubs if you order 24. And that's more limited in the 24 count. You can stock up and save $17 here when you buy the 24 count. Jimmy, tell us about your cinnamon rolls and what makes them different.
Well, as you mentioned, it's all about, for me, it's all about the dough and the way we make the dough. And that is, the big guys, the great big guys, start off with a mix in the morning, and at the end of the day, you got cinnamon rolls out the door. Not with us. We're going to make the dough today. In fact, I just left the bakery, and the dough crew was making the dough, which we will not use till late tomorrow, over 24 hours. The dough is going to rise slowly. You mentioned the word fermentation. That's because the dough does this, what I call very romantic dance overnight. It's flour, it's the butter, it's the
That's
margarine.
a party in your mouth.
Isn't it?
That is.
Isn't that good? Isn't that good?
Oh my gracious, is that good? You all thought you had to go to the mall to that certain store to get the best cinnamon roll in the whole world. Pump the brakes and put the car back in the garage. Just pick up the phone and order Jimmy the Baker's cinnamon rolls. These are crazy delicious. They come to you individually wrapped. They are also not frozen. They will arrive on your doorstep what's called ambient temperature, meaning it's room temperature. This time of year it might be a little colder because it's cold outside. But when you get these at home, get them right into the freezer. In fact, you recommend that.
Yes, I do.
And then, can we take them out of the freezer from frozen and warm them, or should we let them thaw first?
I like to thaw them first.
Okay, so take them out of the freezer, let them thaw. And then what you want to do is take them out of their paper liner, pop them onto a microwave-safe plate, pop them in the microwave for how long?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Now, there is an ongoing debate. Do we put the cream cheese frosting on before the microwave or after the microwave? I don't think you can go wrong here.
Would you like to know what most people do? Or should I not spoil
I think you should tell us what you do.
I like to put the cool cream cheese icing on top of the warm bun.
So you do it after.
So what you're looking at right now is a cinnamon roll that's been put in with the cream cheese.
So it's more melty.
More ooey and gooey.
But that first one that I was sampling, you took a hot cinnamon roll and then put the cool icing on top, or the room temperature icing, and then it got a little, it still holds a little bit of its integrity.
Yes, I like competing flavors, competing textures. You get the cool cream cheese icing with the warm hot bun melting into one another. And I have to tell you, I say this often, I bake these by the 1,000. I don't smell it during the day, but when I'm here and they're coming out of the microwave, the smell of cinnamon is just really fun.
All right, hang on.
It's just wow.
Steve, I'll take that one from you. This one hot from the microwave?
That's hot from the microwave.
All right, this one's hot from the microwave. I'll give this to you, Jimmy the Baker.
Okay. What?
And I'm going to bust out the happy dance.
I was gonna say,
come on now. This is crazy. We're going to take the cool cream cheese frosting and put it on a piping hot cinnamon roll. Now watch what happens. The cream cheese icing begins to immediately melt, but you still have a little bit of that schmear.
That's right.
But see how it's melting down into the nooks and the crannies of that cinnamon roll? Ed, that doesn't look good to you, does it? Ed, my producer, is looking at that going, I'm not sure I could eat more than about 7 or 8 of those.
And we talked about before about the aged dough. See how it cuts like cake?
Oh,
that's from the aging.
Hello.
There you go.
Now, I'm going to get a clean fork.
Go ahead.
And I'm just going to show you here. Look at this. Look at these layers. Look at just the individual layers that just come apart. And when you put that icing on there, whether it's before or after, it gets all down in the cinnamon. Jimmy takes these yeast rolls and then he layers them the cinnamon filling, and then they're rolled and beautifully done.
Right.
Oh my word.
And remember, we tried about 10 or 12 different cinnamons.
Oh look, there's a little bite just for
me. we settled on that Indian cinnamon. That's not too sharp. It's not too mellow.
It's delicious,
isn't it? And then the cream cheese icing, I may remind you, was a mistake. I was making red velvet cream cheese icing, and I left out a little bit of sugar, and I put it on a cinnamon roll. Not overly sweet, so it really competes nicely with the sweet roll.
Well, okay. Yum. All right, if you want the 12 count, I have 2,600. If you want the 24 count, 800 left. Auto delivery will keep a good thing coming every 90 days for a year. Jimmy the Baker, how long will these last in the freezer?
Easy 90 days. I've never had anyone call me up and say it went bad in the freezer.
Well, I don't think that they last that long because people eat them all up.
They will last. And by the way, as I mentioned, they come out a little more moist, a little more fluffy after they've been thawed. I can't explain it, but that's why I say even if you don't have to freeze them, put them in the freezer, take them out and let them thaw. They thaw in about an hour. And the point is, before you microwave them, you want them evenly thawed, so the center is as warm as the outside when you microwave them. So.
Think about it.
Steven's giving us one.
Now this one,
that one is.
we put the frosting on before we put it in the microwave.
What a
and you're going
mess.
to see the difference.
What a mess! Isn't that a wonderful mess?
That's a mess I'd put my whole face in right
this
there.
Is a wonderful mess. So yes, so that
Okay.
this is a. Go ahead.
You guys, we don't have a camera on her, but let me just do my best Lisa Lasorte right now. She's standing
mouth
over
is
watching
open.
the monitor, and guys, I'm not kidding. Bring the camera in a little closer. This was Lisa's face a moment ago. Hang on. She was like this.
That's right. She was. She really was.
And I think maybe a little bit of drool got down right here. Yeah, a little bit right there. She was like, I will take
She really
7
was.
of those. Oh my, isn't it crazy? Sweetie, you earned a bite. Come over here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
See, I thought she was looking at me because I was so damn good looking.
Well, sure, there's that, Jimmy the Bee.
Tell everybody.
Darling, this one, it
What?
might be a little warm, so
Little
be
warm,
careful.
so be careful.
Okay.
That's a big piece too.
I know it's an awfully big piece. Sorry,
It's
dear.
okay.
Is it hot? Is it burning you up? You want some water? Here's some cold water. Cold water. Better? Okay, you go deal with that. She's speechless. I think we choked the poor girl to death with a giant piece of cinnamon roll. See, not everybody can handle the large pieces like you and I can.
No.
Bless her heart, she over there sitting down. She was like, okay, that was about 700 degrees.
So there's a nice picture of the outer bun that is not charred because we baked it in metal. Because as you mentioned, we bake it in paper. You don't get a lot of heat on the outside. That's why it bakes so evenly, and that's why I love that paper line in which we bake it. It makes it bake nice and easy, and you can also see the grain of the dough. Am I talking too much about the dough? I really like the dough. I love the dough. I could just eat the dough. In fact, the staff gets mad at me because sometimes I'm known to pick the dough, and I've been known to do that.
Jimmy the Bee, we got to wrap up.
Okay.
But come back and see us.
I will.
12 count, 2,100 left, and the 24 count. Only 600 left. Thank you, sir. Pleasure to have you back.
Pleasure to be here.